Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm stopping in today to share my July projects. I know we're about at the midpoint of the month, but I was super busy sewing and getting things done, and I wanted to wait till now because I can give you a sneak peek of something I'm sharing very soon. And that sneak peek is a big portion of what I've been working on this month. So let's get started, and I'll show you what I've been working on this month and where I plan to go from here. Okay, so this month, as I mentioned earlier, has been a super busy month. A lot of it was my fault. I had the wrong deadline for our new fabric release earlier. And so really late in the month of June, I realized that we were supposed to be sharing this fabric in the middle of July and not the middle of August. So I really had to kick into gear and drop everything and get my new quilt patterns done with the new fabrics. And I have a couple of them here that are quilted and bound. I'm waiting for 2 more to come back from the quilter, but all my new fabric sewing is done. You can get a little sneak peek here. We have a really fun text print in several different colorways, and we have some fun ginghams. So just a sneak peek of what is coming, and I will be actually able to share this with you beginning tomorrow, so watch for that. So I made four quilts, 4 large quilts, and a wall hanging or table topper, and then another table topper and a table runner. I did all that in about a 2-week period, and so it really just took over everything. But I have, since finishing these and sending them off to the quilter, I have been able to get some other things finished up that I mentioned in June. And the first one and most important one that I wanted to get done was my Socialites quilt top with my 3-inch finished blocks. And so this is 36 of these little 3-inch blocks. This sew along started last September. They are free patterns. I did use a Moda Bella American Blue Solid to offset all of these prints, which are from our Happy Days collection. And I did, this is the Fat Quarter Shop setting, but I changed the positioning of some of these half square triangles to make it more like what I thought would be a star around the outer edges. So you'll notice that mine is a little bit different from their finishing instructions. But if you haven't already, go ahead and download all of these free patterns, because I'm not sure how long they will be available, but they even have the setting information. So go ahead and download that. I've decided to have straight line quilting done on this so as not to take away from the blocks. And I'm going to get this off to the quilter today, actually. So that was a really fun finish for this month. Another thing that I shared in June, I shared the Sampler Spree Quilt Along book, and I think I even talked about getting it spiral bound when we talked. And I have been working on those blocks. I have been doing 4 a week. The Moda Quilt Along with these blocks, they are doing about 10 per week and finishing up in a 10-week period, but I just thought that was too much for me with everything I have going on right now. So I'm doing 4 a week. I'm going in chronological order in the book, and I will finish up by the end of November on that schedule and be able to put this together before the end of the year. But and I am posting about every week or every 2 weeks about these blocks on the blog, so you can see more details about the fabrics that I use and the tools that I've used to make some of these blocks. There's a really great kite in a square block lock tool that I used for this, that I believe you use it for several of the blocks. Yeah, it was used also in this one. That's been a really good tool. I believe I mentioned my new mini half rectangle ruler, and I was able to use that on these blocks. That made that section of the block really easy. So as I mentioned, I post about these either every week or every 2 weeks and give kind of all the ruler helps that I've used for these blocks in those posts. So this is going to be ongoing through the end of November. And okay, next, this is actually something that that I'm just starting to work on. This flight quilt is a flying geese quilt pattern that I designed with our Balboa collection, and I actually started making flying geese and getting it all cut out. And about that time we were designing the collection that is going to debut tomorrow. And so I kind of stopped working on this quilt because I decided that it would be really fun to combine the two collections for this quilt. So these are some of the rectangles for the flying geese that I've already had cut out from our Balboa collection. And I'm going to be now adding in rectangles from the new collection and doing these flying geese from both collections. And so I really do hope to get this quilt finished up by the end of the summer. I'm going to kind of use these as my leaders and enders for a while. Leaders and enders are projects that you just have sitting at the sewing machine that you can sew together when you're working on other projects. So I'm going to get this all ready to go, put it on a project board with a combination of both fabric collections, and just start making these flying geese. So that's something I hope to get done. This next thing is just a piece of soft and stable, but what this is my youngest son requested some placemats, and so I'm going to be making him this month with the new fabrics that I can't show you yet. And I will probably be giving them to him before I do the August video, but after I make them, I'll take a picture and we'll pop them up in next month's project video. But that's what the soft and stable is for, and that's actually got to get made this weekend. Okay, this is a brand new kaleidoscope quilt by Lori Holt with Fat Quarter Shop. And this is really nice. I love that this pattern book comes already spiral bound. Fat Quarter Shop does that with a lot of their pattern books. And there's a cross stitch pattern with this, a quilt pattern, pillow patterns, table runner, and I am going to be sewing along with them and making a version of this with our new fabrics. So I wanted to show you that because this sew along, I believe, will start either later this month or sometime in August. So I've got that. And then one more thing I wanted to share with you. This isn't really a project, but just something I found out about. And I can't really take credit for this because it wasn't my idea, but I saw it on Instagram from Moda Fabrics, and they shared this little plastic box from Daiso, Japan. I think that's how you say it. There aren't stores here in Nevada, but lots of them, California, Texas. And anyway, I was able to order this, and what they shared was that these Aurifil small spools fit. And I've been storing my small Aurifil spools in these containers, which have been great, and I'm going to keep these and use them for something else. But what my plan is to take all of these little threads that I have. Some of them I haven't even opened, and I feel like I haven't used them because I haven't been able to see them. And so I'm going to take them out of these boxes. And now these are flosses. They have the little cork tubes. So, but yeah, I'm going to take these all out, put them in rainbow order, and then I just feel like I will be able to really use my threads a lot more easily because these boxes then just snap shut and you can see all of your threads. So I did a video several months ago about storing your threads, and I wish I had known about these cases then, but really I think I'll be able to fit all of my small Aurifil spools in 1 or 2 boxes. So that's just something else I wanted to share, just a little organizing project that I'm going to be finishing up this month as well. And that is it for my July projects and goals. Okay, so that's it for the things I've been working on. I'm sorry that it was only a sneak peek of a couple of them, but you'll be seeing those very soon, as I mentioned. And some of these projects that I showed you that I'm just beginning to start working on, I'll share with you my progress in August. So if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you'd share it with a friend, hit the subscribe button to the channel if you haven't already, and like the video. Thanks so much for stopping by.